welcome to Rewind and Refresh with Hale Hush. We are joined today by Shawna and Kris from Hale Hush, and I am Stephanie at Med Spa Distributors, and I'm joined with Pam from Med Spa Distributors. We are a distributor for Hale Hush and have been for coming up on a year almost. So we just wanted to touch base with you guys today, kind of catch up. If you've been using the products before, just a refresher on everything. There are some new things. And if you're new, if you've tried those sample kits but really haven't dived in yet, we're going to rewind and kind of revisit those samples and kind of just kind of bring you back up with us here at Med Spa Distributors and Hale Hush. So we've kind of got a list of all kinds of new things that are fun and refreshing. So Pam, did you want to start with any new projects, any collaborations coming up, any new news you want to throw out there?
Well, yes, we've been doing a lot of collaborations lately between all of Med Spa distributor brands. And I know that Helen Hush and will be doing one with Victoria Deanne tomorrow too. So that might be another little webinar that they might want to sign up to see too. So our brands are working together. So that's an exciting thing. We did North Carolina and we had a lot of our manufacturers there. Great manufacturer Kris was there. And so we had a good time. And I think that little brainstorming went on and we're all like, we see some great things in the future. So that's just a tease, but we're going to be doing a collab webinar, I think, series coming up in the month of June and July too. So all kinds of cool things are happening.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. One of the biggest reasons for getting everybody together today is there is a new product joining the Hale Hush lineup. And I wanted to turn that over to Kris to announce her new baby in the line. Kris, would you take the floor there for us?
That's where I snuck out here a second ago. There's, I don't know if you guys can you see it on the screen with the camera?
Mhm.
So
You
that's
can right there.
our new label. We're doing a brand refresh this year as well. So kind of freshening up after 10 years. This is our 10-year anniversary. So we just launched this week on Monday our Clarify Wash. I wanted to bring into the line something for more oily acne skin, something a little bit more cosmeceutical and per se than just the Quiet Wash, which we use for everybody. We can use that on oily and dry skin, but we wanted to pump that up a little bit. So the Clarify Wash is a 3% mandelic, which is really nice. We've also incorporated that in. We've got some new kits, so we've added that into our new acne kit as well. It comes in the 3 sizes, just like the Quiet Wash. So all 3 sizes that you guys are accustomed to, the 16 ounce, the 6 ounce, and the 3 ounce. So just we're excited to bring that on board. Shawna's going to be incorporating it into a lot of our facials now, since we have something else. Everybody always asked what we were going to use for the oily skin. Well, like I said, you can use Quiet Wash. Now we've got something even more that's going to really work with that type of clientele.
Cool. And I know you guys mentioned, you kind of hinted at a new look and new labels. Can you
Mm-hmm.
kind of hint and kind of elaborate a little bit on what we can expect the line to look like throughout for
Oh,
the rest of
it's
the year?
gonna be coming out. I'm using the same packaging. We're a small brand, so with everything going on with the tariffs, and everything, I'm not gonna go out and buy custom packaging and add on everybody's price points. So we just kind of wanted to give it a refresh. We've kind of
Uh-oh, I think she might have frozen for a moment.
people knew that, and they know now that from the label, a lot softer, more spa-like, not that intense lime green. But everything's gonna really balance together on the shelves as we go through the updating of the process. So you'll slowly start seeing those roll out as we have to start, redoing products like we have to do fills and things. So we'll be rolling out those new labels. So the Clarify Wash is the newest one. We do have the new shelf talker. It blends in really nice when you put it all on the shelf because it is still green and black in there. So it isn't like we changed from, black to blue. The green was always there. So this is just a much softer and more spa-like green, just kind of giving it a new, more refresh to the brand.
Cool.
I think it
Cool.
gives it a nice clean look, and I
Mhm.
think that's what everybody likes too, because then any location, Skin Pros location, it's going to look good in. It's not going to
Mhm.
clash with anything in their facility.
Yep.
It still has the Helen Hush to me look to it, so it's
Hmm.
recognizable, but it's just a nice, clean, fresh look.
Hmm. Yep, that's what we wanted to do. So you'll see
And
that rolling out during the year as we're rolling out when we're refilling stuff and doing things. I'll be rolling that out slowly.
nice.
I've also always liked how the big bold product names, just like
Hmm.
with the Clarify wash, I think the clients appreciate how easily identifiable the products are and how easily named they are. So I'm excited to see the new products rolled out. It'll be great.
Good. We've got new trifold flyers. So those are all going to go with our branding. If you see us at the trade shows, we're going to be starting to see that at the trade shows as well. So it's going across board, even across our social media. We've been doing that for a couple months.
Cool. And Shauna, there are some new pairings and some new kits that are going to be put together. Do you mind going over those and kind of talking about why they were paired together and why they're so great together? My favorite is now an official combination now, but I'll let you go over kind of what's new there in the form of kits.
Did you want me to show you my slides or you want me to just talk about it, Stephanie?
Whatever you want to do.
Let's show pictures because they're always more fun.
Okay.
But we had so many people, Kris knows this, over the years asking us, where do they start? What do they do? How do they get going with their sensitive skin clients? It's over and over. And Stephanie, you all just said it was your favorite. So it was many people's favorite. So instead of just talking about the magic trifecta, we actually now have kits where if you buy them together, you can save a lot of money. So I want to just touch upon the Clarify Wash, the new girl in the lineup. Let me see if I can share my screen without like messing this all up.
And Shauna, I don't know if it's
Yep.
on everybody's computer, but if you can talk just a little bit louder too.
Okay, is that better, Pam, if I move a little closer?
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about our new kits and our new product. As you can see, the label that Kris was just talking about is right there. The Clarify Wash, that's what the new girl looks like. She's cute and pretty. It's so exciting. So Kris and I, we know when she makes products with our chemist, we have to try them over and over. So we tried Clarify Wash for a while now, and we were looking for something that wasn't drying that helped with acne or oily skin. Like Kris said, people kept asking for that product type. Something they could even do a second cleanse with, or just something different. So that's where Clarify Wash started. Okay, so she's a non-drying gel cleanser. It was really made to clarify the skin, again, for oily, congested, dull skin, to control the breakouts, to control the oil production, brighten the skin, and just make the skin healthier. However, Kris and I don't have oily skin, right? So we kept trying Clarify Wash over and over, and the two of us loved it. We gave it to our team, and only one of them has oily skin. So everyone that's tried this has more normal or dry skin. And guess what? Works perfectly on that too. So it was funny that we made this for the more oily skin because of the mandelic acid. But man, it's worked for all skin types, even people that aren't oily. It is not drying on anyone. So it's wonderful across the board. I've given it to a few of my clients here in Washington that actually have sensitive skin, but do have breakouts once in a while. One person has a job that her skin just gets really a lot of debris, a lot of oil from the job, not necessarily her skin. Works beautifully. It removes all the impurities, the excess oil, of course, the buildup. Over time, you can really, like, I've used it, I don't know, Kris, how long the first time we had this, we used it for probably a month, 6 weeks.
And I think we started testing last year. Well, we went to Orlando. We all went to Orlando together. I think we started trying to get it right.
In the bathroom. It was me, Kristen, and Tatiana washing our faces together in the bathroom. It was. We don't, the boss had her own bathroom, so she could have joined, but she missed the face washing party. But yeah, it's been that long. So when we first tried it, I used it for like 4 to 6 weeks solid, and it was wonderful. Just like Quiet Wash, it really does help with the health of the skin and the barrier. And it brightens because of the mandelic acid, helps with dullness, discolorization, and really helps reduce the redness. So I really like Clarify Wash from the get go, and we just did a couple times, took to perfect it. Kris, you like to talk about ingredients. You wanna nail this one for me?
So, well, I mentioned because I knew Shawna had a slide, so that's why I didn't talk too much about it before. Otherwise, I'm wasting her time doing the work. Um, I mean, we've got the mandelic in there at a 3%. What's really, cool about this is that I had a product in my old line, Technique, if anybody remembers from way back when, our wash that we had, but we used salicylic in there, but we used a proprietary licorice blend because we all know licorice is great for brightening the skin. But there's other forms of licorice that actually help with the oil sebum control your acne. So we did a blend of that. I wanted to bring a product back like that. So that's really neat in it. It's got the black currant oil, which we have in a couple of our other products, but it has C, E, B1, B5, all those things in it. But we also have a new snow mushroom extract. Everybody's looking for mushroom. That seems to be the hot topic these days. So that's a great ingredient that's going to help rejuvenate the skin and refresh it. So I think that's why a lot of people actually really love the Clarify wash, even if they're not oily. I'm more combo, but it still gives you that. It's going to help with the uneven tone. It's going to offer that brightness to your skin. It's not just for that oily client where it's going to strip the skin. So many of those cleansers, the pH on this is very normal. I mean, very normalized 4.5. As we know, 4.5, 5.5 is closer to where we're normal pH. So this is not a wash that's going to strip the skin. So many of those oily cleansers out there strip the skin, and we felt that was very important not to do that as well. I will say that it is not safe. I would not use it on your eyelashes, and to remove makeup as far as putting it in your eye area because it does have mandelic acid in there, and it also has some fruit enzymes like the bromelain and things like that in there as well. So I would keep it out of your eye area. So quiet wash we can use all the time and help remove eye makeup. You could use face makeup, but I wouldn't rub it in your eye areas to remove the eye stuff. So people don't remember that. I think they're so used to using our quiet wash that way. I'll throw some of my trainers under the bus when they were testing for me. They're like, oh, it doesn't seem to work to remove the makeup. It kind of burns. I'm like, yeah, because you don't rub it in your eyes, any guys. So that is something that I think is really good to use the first cleanse with your quiet wash. If you have to remove makeup, then go on to the second cleanse with the Clarify wash. Pam and Stephanie, have you guys gotten to try it yet?
I have, and I pretty much knew that I was gonna like it because I like all Hale Hush products. But again, same thing. I was like, well, I'll try it once or twice and then pass it down to my daughter. She's probably a better candidate. But we've both been passing it back and forth between the bathrooms for the last couple days, so we're both fans.
I think it's going to be a great wash for body too. So if you have people that have body acne and things like that, I mean, I keep mine in the shower anyway. If I run out of shower gel, I use it. It's not going to strip my skin or anything, just like you would the quiet wash in the shower. So I think it's going to be another great option for people to use for home, also for body treatments.
We had a question, do we leave it on the skin for a period of time to gain the benefits from the mandelic? What's the process there? How's the mandelic in the cleanser making its effects on the skin? Yeah.
I think it's going to do more with, helping with the exfoliation process, but it's not at a high level like an 8% like our mandelic serum or things like that. It's going to be a lighter exfoliation in the base of a cleanser, which you see a lot of people out there. Everybody has a mandelic cleanser right now, but that's how we made ours a little bit different, adding in the snow mushroom extract as well as the licorice root. But I don't think you could leave it on for a minute or two if you wanted to. It's not gonna hurt anything. It's just gonna help with that extra exfoliation, a lighter exfoliation. It's gonna purify the skin and clarify the skin a little bit more than what the quiet wash is gonna do.
I'm also hearing it has a great smell to it.
It does. They call it I think everybody's calling it what they smell is like a citrus vanilla. It's actually the ingredients in there. So it is not an added fragrance or anything like that. It's the ingredients that give it that. So just a nice, refreshing smell.
Which is nice because when you're doing that, it's like if you have one that's great, but it doesn't, give you that warm and fuzzy smell feeling, you're probably not going to use it as often if you had one that did.
Well, and we just mentioned a few of the ingredients in here. I mentioned there's a few enzymes in there. There's also some of that 3-OL ethyl ascorbic acid that we use and our vitamin C in the line. It's got sodium hyaluronate in there. So it's really jam-packed. I mean, definitely check out the ingredient deck. The data sheets are now on the website, downloadable for you guys as well.
Yes. Well, I have bad news for everyone. I
What?
rubbed this right in my eyes. I just rubbed away, took my makeup off, never thought twice. So,
Well, some people rub a little harder. I probably did the same thing, but I err on the side of caution as the owner of the company. We err on the side of caution because we know estheticians do whatever they want, and then our people at home, they do it even worse than we do it, and they're not paying attention. So I do say avoid eye area, but
I agree with Kris.
just make it a
Mhm.
confession. Confessions of an esthetician right here, right?
Right.
Right. I always say I've already done it, so you don't have to.
And guess what? I probably also use too much of it too. So, those are my things.
Right.
So if you have used it in your eyes and you've had no effect, okay, just be careful. Plus, one of our team who did that, she's super sensitive in her eyes anyway. And I'm like, girl, what are you doing?
She didn't read the directions where the caution said, do not put it in your eyes.
No.
Main
Okay.
takeaway. Clarify
Yeah,
Wash is not for mascara removal. Check.
Well, and I probably wouldn't use it if you have eyelashes. I mean, obviously the quiet wash is great and it has some actives in it, but not actives that would be irritating on the glue. For somebody with an eyelash extension. I think with the mandelic and the enzymes and stuff in there, we're talking that's a little bit different. And so we'd probably keep it off the eyelash extensions. Use the quiet wash first for removing the eye makeup if you have those.
Yes.
Yeah. This is, if we're thinking of a way kind of to remember to differentiate between the two, can we kind of compare it the same way we do the enzymes? Like we would reach for Incredible Enzymes as everyone's go-to. That's quiet wash. But just like Bedazzle is the next level, could we consider the Clarify the next level too?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I
Cool.
mean, you're going to want to use one of these kits that Shawna's going to talk about here with the quiet wash in it to get your client going for their barrier function first, and then introduce the Clarify wash, unless their barrier is already in a good place and they're not super sensitive.
Perfect. I love it that we've got a little bit of flexibility and the ability to play around in the back bar a little bit with cleansers. Cool. Yeah.
And being a person of my age, I really like the big letters on it of what they are. So you can see it from a distance. And if you're working in your room and the lights are dimmed and all of that, you can still see it. So just saying.
Yep.
Little details like that matter. That's a big thing.
It is.
Yes.
Okay. This is your stuff. Magic Trifecta kits, yes, and this is what everyone's been asking for. So we did it. We did it for you. Chris Campbell put it in a bundle so you can save some money when you buy them all together. They come in two forms: the retail, and then of course the back bar, as you see here. It's the Quiet Wash. The Hush Hydrate Mask, of course, comes with the back bar, and the Hush Hydrate Gel, of course, comes with the retail. And then the Relief Bio Powder. So you guys will see these on obviously MedSpa's website, our website, and the back of all the order forms where the kits are listed now. So I should have put some sprinkle in here for Stephanie because I knew she'd be excited. Some glitter.
It's just, yeah, the Magic Trifecta kits, I've just seen it work over and over and over and over again. And it's just beautiful. It's a fantastic intro to Hale Hush. It works fast. I've had some really emotional situations diffused very quickly with the Magic Trifecta. I could talk all day. And this is one of my favorite things that I've encountered, not only in the treatment room, but for your clients. And the reason I like the Magic Trifecta, like I said, is it's fast and it handles some pretty tough things very quickly. It's not just fluffy. Oh, this is beautiful. This is cute. This helps fast.
Well, I think a lot of clients that have that compromise barrier, if you can, they've already spent a lot of money, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on sensitive skin products. If you can start them on these, and for 10 years, I've had these products longer than that, even in my other line called something else. They've shown that if you can help them start seeing some difference right away, maybe it's reducing the inflammation, or maybe it's feeling like that skin's a little stronger, they're more willing to spend money when you need to move them into the serums, or you need to move them, maybe they need a heavier moisturizer. But Hush Hydrate Gel, it's our lightest weight moisturizer, but everybody can use it. But I think they start seeing some results there, and then they're able to feel like they're okay to spend money. And the nice thing about the retail kit, you always save 20% when you buy it as a kit like that. You extend that on to your client and go, hey, Mary, because you're so nice, I'm giving this to you. I'm bundling it for you. You know, they feel like they're saving something and you're giving them an extra deal. So I think it's a great opportunity. And then as far as the back bar kit, that's your rescue kit in your treatment room all the time.
That was the
Absolutely.
alternative name, the rescue kit.
Yep,
But I
I've
know
heard of
That's
a I've heard of a
that's the
chemical.
one.
Yep, I've heard a chemical peel that went a little sideways in the treatment room that was saved by bio relief powder.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I got lots of stories, but we don't have time.
I know we could be here. We really could be here all day. And that's why I was like, y'all are gonna have to cut me off on the magic trifecta. It's
Okay, I'm
not,
gonna
it's
cut you off
great.
right now.
Yeah.
Right now. Because we're going into the kit I wanted.
Okay.
But wait, I feel like
Oh, I'm lying. Mine's in one slide. But let's refresh. We did refresh our team kit.
Can I tell you something, Director of Education?
What did I
Can
do?
Did you notice anything in the title of the kit?
I do.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
I'm not the director of spelling. Oh, well, everyone
Stephanie's
knows
real
how to spell.
good at spell check, just so you know.
It's cool, man. She almost got away with it. I didn't
The way
notice.
it doesn't spell check titles sometimes. Anyway, we used to have a teen kit, and we decided that it wasn't just for teens, right? It was for everyone with acne. And then when the girl Clarify came along, we're like, hey, we're going to switch it up. So we did switch the teen kit to the acne kit. If you normally buy what's called teen, now it's called acne. And the Clarify wash has been put in place of the quiet wash. So that's an update and a refresh like we were talking about today. And this is great to retail to your clients, and you save money because it's already a bundle. You can either pass the savings on to your client, or you can put the money in your pocket. But it's a great little way to retail all of these together for your acne, your ANKey clients, for your ANKey clients. Okay.
And key. Yes.
And keys with the breakouts. But this is great. And it's just for, I just want to make a note, grades 1 and 2 acne, it works lovely. Grades 3 and 4, if they're that inflamed and if they have open lesions, you either go back to the magic trifecta or you send them right to a doctor, because we really don't have products to take care of grades 3 and 4. Just want to put that out there. Okay, now, are you ready, Stephanie? This is the kit I wanted.
Okay, your turn. Your turn.
And finally, Mama gave it to me. Okay. The Incredible Enzymes Facial Kit.
Yay!
I just wanted a kit that you could take the entire kit and do about 40 treatments out of this kit. 50, if you're me, probably 30. Depends how much product you use of that incredible enzyme. But we are known, our signature facial, our sensitive skin facial, that's what we are known for. It's what we talk about all the time. That's what we use in demos, in classes, at trade shows. This is the one we always use. So Kris finally was awesome enough to let us put it in a kit so people could actually save money on this bundle too. This will last you that long in the treatment room. I'm not kidding. At least 40 treatments. And that's just counting that incredible enzyme. The rest of the products will last you even longer. But I put everything together that is in our actual sensitive skin protocol. So in the protocol that you have, either I know MedSpa has it, we have it on our website, in our Facebook group, in our Airtable. It's everywhere you can get it. This is the big one we do all the time. And these are the products used in it. So I was super excited about this one. We have Dallas coming up. I hope that my goal is to sell a ton of these. To people who want to get into Hale and Hush and don't really want all of it in the Tridol kit, but they really want an enzyme, so they don't want the starter kit that doesn't have the actives. There was just like a little gap there. So this, I think, fills that gap where you have everything you need. Take the kit home. You could start today, start tomorrow on your treatments for 80% probably of your clientele. This would be wonderful for. So if you're a new esthetician or just starting out, this is the bundle for you right here. Or you're new to Hale and Hush and you want to just try the best of what we have, this is a piece of it. Okay. And of course, you'll have to add things to it, like if you want the berry mask and you want, the clarify wash and all those kind of things, you'll have to add to it. But this is a great place to start.
That's a great place to start. And if you can take and you can add other modalities with it, and I always say it's great for sensitive skin, but it's also great for all of our clients. So it's not just for. So this, as I'm looking over the list with the wash, you've got an enzyme, you've got your serum, you've got your bio powder in there, relief bio powder. You've got everything you need to go step by step by step. And if you want to add some modalities to it, you can, and you're using a great product along with it for any skin type.
And the protocol gives you modality suggestions, any extraction tools that you might need, LED, infusion devices. I mean, you could microderm, hydroderm, you could go on and on adding modalities to just this protocol itself. So that's why I think it's super versatile. And like you said, it's probably for 80% of our clientele that comes into our treatment room. So it's a majority of people you're going to see, and it's really adaptive to the tools that you have. So, ta-da!
Ta-da! Without going crazy about, I got to make a choice between this, and this, and this, and this,
Right.
very
Boom.
nice.
Done. Yeah. There is one kit I want to talk about right now that kind of gets hidden in the back page of our order form or online, and I just wanted to throw it out there. We're talking about kits and refreshing today. This is one. Hey, I spelled back bar right at least. This is one that doesn't get enough attention, and I think this is such a deal. Like Kris puts bundles together to try to help estheticians out. She just doesn't do it because it's what she has in stock. She wants to help you. So this back bar kit is everything you need. Then you can add enhancements, your anything, serums, modalities, anything you want. But if you have these items in your back bar, you are golden to see all of your clientele. I firmly believe that. So it's just quiet wash because it's so versatile. Your incredible enzymes for the more sensitive clients, your Bedazzle Revitalize for the more healthier barrier clients, then your Hush Hydrate Gel for hydration, and your Relief Bio Powder to take down any redness or inflammation. So if you're just looking for a back bar kit too, please check this one out. It's kind of hidden. People don't talk about it. And I think this is one of the biggest, I would have bought this. Like I would have bought this in lieu of some other ones that are on our kit page. So make sure that you're looking at, if you're on our website, look at the pages for kits.
Hey, Shawna, can you give them a little bit more detail of like what the Bedazzle, because there's some on here that I know are brand new and they're considering on bringing on the line, and they may not realize, and what the Relief Bio Powder does. I know you got the trifecta and you guys didn't spend as much time as I would have loved to have spent on that. So tell them why you can use those two things together. And I really feel like people want to understand it a little bit more, those products.
People always want to know what the difference between the enzyme and the bedazzle. So let's start there. Okay, so our incredible enzyme is a mixture of 4 enzymes that are only enzymes. There's no AHAs, there's no BHAs. It's for sensitive clients without severely disrupted barriers. And what it does, it brightens, it helps cellular repair. I've not been anywhere. We do demos everywhere, schools, trade shows, you name it. I've not been any place where I put that enzyme on and tell people when I remove it, you're going to see a difference immediately. It never has failed me in how many years, Kris, I've been with you? Since 2020. It's never failed me. It doesn't fail me in the treatment room. It doesn't fail me at a school, a trade show. I know when I remove the towel and remove the product, boom, the skin is going to be brighter and healthier. So the enzyme, like you said, is the go-to. Now that um, I've just lost my train of thought. That pH is much higher, right? It's a 5.6, so it's close to the skin, so it really can't damage a lot of people that don't have severely damaged barriers. And then if you want to step up, that's where the spicy girl comes in. She's not dazzling for no reason. The Bedazzle is a 3.5 pH, so it's much spicier on the skin. Have to have a healthy barrier to use it. And we consider that our light peel. And that has 10% mandelic and 5% lactic. So it really does pack a punch. Same with Bedazzle. You take that towel off and you remove it, you can immediately see a difference in texture, brightening, just the whole health of the skin. I love to use it on acne, grades 1 and 2, without disrupted barriers, first of all, because, we're all estheticians here. Let's just get gross. As it's sitting on the skin, I like to manipulate any exfoliant I'm using, and you can just see the pus come right to the top of those little zitties, right? It makes it really great for extractions and really helps the healing process of the skin and of those little fissures in the skin. So Bedazzle is probably underrated a little bit, don't you think, Kris? Like I feel
Yeah,
like
I think a lot of people don't realize that it's different. So many other companies mix their enzymes and their AHAs or BHAs, and I don't. We kept them separate for a reason because not everybody reacts the same to an AHA as they do an enzyme. And how are you going to know what they're reacting to? So, plus, it's a nice stair step for us. Um, so that's where I think a lot of people get mixed up. They're like, well, what do I do with your enzyme, your bedazzle enzyme? I'm like, it's not an enzyme. It's actually light chemical exfoliation. So it's just our next step up. And I try to remind people too, if you're using the enzyme or the bedazzle, you should also always do a second, we do another cleanse after we remove it. That's part of the protocol. We want to make sure we got it all off, especially if somebody's ultra sensitive. And then use one of our other masks as your second mask. Do your activity with your enzyme or your bedazzle, and then you're able to incorporate either in the Hush Hydrate, if you need it for the second mask, or the Berry Boost or the charcoal mask. So now we've got some more second, some second mask besides just the Hush Hydrate anymore. So there's a lot of different ways to move things around to get different results after you use either one of those two.
Pam, what did you want to know next? The Relief Bio Powder?
Yes,
The magic powder?
the magic powder, because some people are new to the site and they're looking at the line and they're like, they may not know, because we talked about how great it is, but to say it's magical, but to actually know why it's magical are two different things.
Well, the thing what people get perplexed by is how to use it, right? It's always they just have this powder and they don't know what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So this powder on contact, this is one of the original products that was created for oncology clients and basically for radiation burns, like especially on breast cancer. I've had so many clients that I've used it on in that fashion. So this is one formulation that hasn't changed hardly anything over time. So it's awesome. But people are like, what do I do with it? So my favorite thing to do, and always laughs at me, at trade shows, I have the little magic powder and some brushes. And people walk up to our booth and I'm all, oop, you. Everybody with little red cheeks. I bring them to the side and I can powder this powder on. The thing is, it's not just camouflaging the redness. It's actually trying to, like Stephanie said, it just helps, right? So it's helping revitalize the skin underneath. So it's kind of a combo, but you can brush it directly on the skin. In the treatment room, I will do the complete treatment, everything. And this works for a little more aggressive modalities too in the treatment room. If they're a little red at the end, and I'm talking about, I put everything on them, even sunscreen. And then if they're a little red, I take the powder with a nice fluffy powder brush and I powder on the parts of the face that still have a little redness completely conceals it. They walk out feeling like a new person. So especially with like dermaplaning, sometimes dermaplaning and sensitive skin, clients will complain of itching because of the friction. So if you can powder this on after some treatment like that, the itching goes away, the redness, inflammation, and it calms them immediately, like on contact. The most popular way to use it is, of course, and that's why it's sold together in your little magic trifecta, is to sprinkle the powder into the Hush Hydrate mask as your client is masking. Estheticians, that's probably hands down where it's used the most. However, you can still utilize it that same way at home. So I do have some clients that use it with the gel and they mix it together and put it on instead of putting the Hush Hydrate gel first and powdering it on. I also have clients that use the powder as a quote concealer or a powder, like a makeup powder, however you want to say that, over redness. My sister has just started doing that. She's known Kris for years, and it's like the last 6 months now she's obsessed with it. She was a little behind the 8 ball, but she uses it every day to conceal redness for her rosacea, and she has a lot of telangiectasia and things like that. People love to put it in moisturizers. You can. It's just not my fave, but people have done it. And now we'll skip back to the grades 3 and 4 acne. This is where I have used our product. You can actually mix the powder, and this is how it was originally created. You mix it with distilled water, and it's important to say distilled because there's a lot of chemicals in everyone's water. We all have different chemicals. So the distilled water helps to reduce any kind of reaction with any other chemical. But you can make it into a paste, and this is where people could put it on burns, areas of radiation, cuts. My sister burned her leg on a motorcycle too. We put this on it.
Mosquito bites.
Bites, yeah, it goes on and on. But to circle back to the grades 3 and 4 acne, those lesions and those cysts are quite inflamed and uncomfortable. And so I've had my clients that have the higher grades mix this into a paste. It does turn yellow. It mixed in a paste. So at night, I have them put the paste on their big lesions, on those big cysts, and go to bed and sleep with it. They wake up, half the inflammation is gone. Boom. Just like that. Magic. Where's our glitter, Stephanie? Magic. And any cuts, bruises. You guys, I worked for Kris for years, and I think it was like a year ago. I get cold sores all the time. I've got them since I was a baby. And I don't know why I never thought of it. I had a big one. It was stress time, which Kris, when isn't it, right? And I'm like, man, this is just killing me. And it was on my dresser, and I pick it up, I put it on my hand, and just jank some on, right? It wasn't even cute. I just put it on. Immediately stopped burning. I felt like a moron. That had been sitting there forever. So
Yeah.
it helps with blisters. Actually, it's a crazy tool. Of course, when I was doing more intimate treatments, it helps down there with ingrowns too, armpits. It's all over. One of our team members, I can't say her name because she kills me when I do this, has eczema on her toes. Toes. Put it down there too. It works everywhere.
That's awesome. And I know Kris probably looked at you and said, well, what took you so long to think about that, right, Kris?
Sometimes I just wonder why I hired her. Sometimes I don't know. Gotta watch. Right. Well, and I'll mention too for the new people on here is that if they don't know, that Hush Hydrate is the same exact product when we call it Hush Hydrate Gel as Hush Hydrate Mask. So when I was testing it as a mask, I had some estheticians try it as a mask and they would put a light layer on and they would forget because it just soaked up into the skin and they forgot to even remove it. And I thought they were stupid because I'm like, don't you guys know you're supposed to remove masks? And they're like, no, you should use this as a moisturizer. So we call it gel in that retail size because most of the people that are buying that type of size are using it as a lightweight moisturizer. So I know a lot of people get confused what the difference is. It's the exact same product. It can be used multi-purpose, just like that powder. And we also have kits. Well, she talked about the trifecta kits because so many people use Hush Hydrate and Bio Powder together. Anytime you buy those two products, there is a kit. There's a Duo 1, 2, and 3 kit. a retail kit and 2 back bar kits, with the Hush Hydrate, with the bio powder that you always save that 20% on, that you can always take care of that. So, when you buy those, don't buy them separately, buy them in a kit. Look at the kits that Pam's got and look for one of those kits because you'll save some money when you buy those together. But so many people use them together for a variety of reasons.
And Kris is very generous and always will tell you too, she has sample packs for most everything. And so that way you can actually, make sure that the client tries it before they buy it. So then you're not getting returns, things of that sort, because they've already tried it, made sure it works good with their skin type. I mean, you can't ask for a better manufacturer to work with because she does care and she does consider all these things that goes into it.
I mean, it makes
So
me a lot more money if you guys order it and Pam more money if you order it separately, but I'd prefer you buy it as a kit because I'm like, I just hate, I'm like, I see these people order all the time. Like, why aren't they saving the money? Same thing if you use enzymes a lot. Enzymes in the Hush Hydrate. We have a kit that's just enzymes and Hush Hydrate. Bundle that together, buy the enzyme kit and save that money. But, you know, not all the time we can be your only line in the treatment room, but a lot of times we're maybe somebody's second, third, or fourth line. So I try to find unique ways so that you guys save some money so you can bring in more pieces of the line to help out.
That's exactly, I wanted to hit on that too, that these are great items that no matter what line you're also using, or even that your client is already using, these are those in the medicine cabinet products in case of emergency, but can be part of your daily routine too. Yet another use for the bio powder, I use it as makeup on, especially now that we're coming into summer. I'm lucky enough that it's a shade match and I just brush it on and go.
Well, and hey, that Hush Hydrate and Bio Powder, I keep one of those Hush Hydrates in my fridge all summer.
Yeah.
People are getting too much sun or sunburned, or you're going to the theme park, or I go to a lot of music festivals. I actually take both of those products with me and they're in my suitcase, and I put the one in the fridge while I'm gone all day. And, then it helps soothe the skin at nighttime. So just so many ways to use it outside the treatment room.
Yeah,
which
I'm gonna
brings
drop one little nugget of something I'm
Yeah.
working on, but it's fantastic for sunburns. Let's face it, it's gonna happen. It's real life. And that's another reason why I like specifically the magic trifecta is it's also my little another nickname would be the real life kit. Stuff happens and sunburn happens. And when it does, here you go.
and that is going to be a whole nother little webinar that we're going to get together real soon and talk about is what if we do have a sunburn, what can we do? So there's coming up.
Yeah, stay tuned for when summer goes wrong. I'm working on it now. Yeah.
Have something to add to that, Stephanie.
What's that?
I have something to add to that little webinar.
Okay. Yeah.
Because the hikers around here in Washington always have strange rashes. When summer
Oh,
goes
yeah.
When
Mhm.
summer goes wrong in the forest too, there's all kinds of things. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Ours is like Kris said, the whole mosquitoes and gnats and all kinds of biting creatures that we have here in the South.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, it sounds like, yeah, weird rashes around in Washington. Okay. Yeah, I hear you guys. Yeah, it's yes, skin is about pretty skin too, but sometimes it's about skin that hurts. So we need to fix that too. So we got it.
The more that our esties know and how to take in, something that they can use to help, that's what we want to do. We want to, because it's not always, we got to know about lifestyle and everything else and environment that they're in, and then what can we use. So I think it'll be great. So stay tuned for that as another one.
Mhm.